A while back I read this essay, it's called Cities and Ambition, and it talked about how that every city, every different city, it has its own message, an underlying message, an ambition, which if you as a resident, if you're residing in that city, ultimately that goal, it becomes your goal. Basically that city's ambition, it becomes your ambition then. That got me thinking about the places that I have lived in. What is that influence from that place that I still carry till today? Like right off the bat from the village in Himachal where I was born and brought up. Now, considering that it's a village, the goals and ambition of such a place, they are rather very different from the city, because obviously it's a village, so there is farmland. So the major goal for people, everyone over there back then when I was there, was to get their kids into the school, for people getting enrolled in the army, looking after their crops, having a good crop. Plus you can also tell by the conversation that goes on in your local gathering areas. It could be chai ka tapri dukan or a dhaba. Now the kind of conversation that goes on in such places. Now over there, back in the village, it was obviously people talking about their produce, or how their crops are getting affected, or if they're having a good crop, etc, etc, and everything, because the conversation, the goals, everything was oriented around their daily life, the stuff they were doing. And then later when I moved to a city for schooling, over there it was kind of an amalgamation of everything. Now, because the major dwellers in that city were obviously the settlers from different places in Himachal, because everyone was there to get their kids good education, get them in the public schools. So I really don't know what the ambition of that city was. When I moved to Chandigarh now, okay, Chandigarh was like a very the first time I was getting into a big town where I was seeing plain roads, कि सड़क सीधी भी हो सकती है बिना मोड़ के. Was the first time I experienced this in Chandigarh. Now Chandigarh for me, it was a big city, obviously a cultural shock, I would say, because this is the first time I'm moving out of Himachal. This is the first time I'm seeing people from Punjab, you know, Haryana and all that. So you visit such places with a stereotype in your head. But then I was in the city, and with time obviously I became a part of it. But as far as it was for talking about the ambition, now Chandigarh is a place that is rich. Chandigarh is a place that has a lot of money. But the thing is, it's a city in the form of a village's lifestyle. You know, that laid back, like, okay, I am a city, I've got jobs, but you know what, take a chill pill, relax. It's okay, you wanna hustle, but also take a chill pill, relax, easy peasy. That's what the city was purposed for in the first place, for the bureaucrats to retire in. Sure, it shows you like those houses and cars and people with lavish lifestyle, and that's pretty much everywhere you'll see it. That kind of becomes your ambition, your goal, that तुम्हें भी पैसा कमाना है, तुम्हें भी fancy flashy गाड़ियाँ चाहिए. And that thing I noticed in my friends who are from here, like how it became part of their goal and ambition. How they are like, yeah, I don't want to get a job, I don't need a job, I just want to start something of my own. Similarly, it can be the same for your Delhi, Mumbai, or any big city or a small town also. You could be of a different mindset or opinions and goals and ambitions, but when you're in a different place, you're moving, say you are going for your studies, you're leaving Delhi, going to Chennai, obviously that city is going to have an impact on you with the college. People around you, they will influence you, the city will influence you, be it the lifestyle, how people live, etc, etc. It happens. It's just something that you cannot ignore or deny. I spent so much time in Chandigarh that its influence, it was very evident on me, and I only realized it after I was reading that, how true is that? And I was like, oh wait a minute, damn dude. But then I was thinking about the concept of that absolute free will, that it does not exist, and it's almost a deterministic thing, that everything has been predetermined for you. Although Jean-Paul Sartre, he says that you make your own thing, you know, your actions, your everything leads to whatever happens within the future. But then that's not absolute free will really, because if it is the things around me, it could be the socio-economic factor, the place that I'm in, the people around me, my experiences and everything that influence my next move. Really not absolute free will, so because I'm making those decisions based on my past experiences or somehow or the other. Free will would be that I made a decision that was entirely my own, and yeah, that my decision was not influenced by anything, by any external factor in any which way, which really isn't possible. So it would be that deterministic free will, that the thing was determined for you by your own actions. My head was almost boiling at this point. Whatever the West does, say US is totally chill with Israel bombing Gaza, still like killing children and everything, everyone is fine with it. Like the bigger governments are fine with it, they're not calling it a genocide or anything. Okay, but obviously now Hitler for everyone is bad because he killed people, but alright, I get it. But why Hitler is bad and Netanyahu, for Netanyahu they're like, nah, cool. So it's all narrative building and narrative setting. If it fits your narrative, then it's okay, it's not bad. If it does not, then obviously it's bad. This has only led me to the conclusion that really anything about the world that does not make sense is bullshit. It's just us living by our ethics and morals and only limited to us. Because people who's got power, for them, they can bend their ethics and morals any which way they feel like. And obviously the religion bit also now feels so much more manufactured. लोगों की अपनी आस्था है, but अब इसमें से कितनी ज़्यादा? How much of it is just manufactured at this point? Again, by the people in power to control the masses, because there's no other thing that brings people together like religion. Day in, day out, I think about it, I read about it. The more I read about it, the more I think about it, and the lesser and lesser it starts to make sense. It just starts to feel like that everything is a big fucking joke, and I think I'm just taking things way too seriously, because it really is not that serious. Ultimate बात यही हो जाती है कि no matter whichever the government is, we are all just little pieces on a Ludo का game या फिर chess board पे आधे हो बैठे हुए in the bigger grand scheme of things. Who thinks that we've got the absolute free will? Free will chalo chodo, we just got shoved the 820 petrol and people are already facing the consequences in their vehicles and we can't do shit about it. The so-called judiciary also sided with the government because obviously people in the government are sitting there profiteering for their own self. It's a complete mess, it's a complete shit show. So all I want to say is that if you really are taking things very seriously, just remember that it's all a big fucking joke that we are a part of, and nothing really does make sense. It's better to just chill out a little bit and don't give two shits. Fast Pro staring at me.